Today will be one of the most important days in your life. Why? Because you actually begin to listen to the science of how to invite in network marketing. I want to welcome everyone. Make sure that you get a pen and some paper so that you can take some copious notes. It was a little over a decade ago that I made my first phone call. And I remember being very, very excited, but also quite fearful. One of the things that actually helped me in regards to inviting was to really set my mind up to think, what if I was making this phone call, inviting these people to hear about Bill Gates' new program? And ladies and gentlemen, when I started to think of it that way, you know what? It got a lot easier to pick up that phone. What I'm sharing with you is a proven method on how to get high levels of support and results from these people that you're actually going to be talking to. What I've learned from my mentor, who has built a business that did well over $2 billion in his first years of operation. I personally know that he's taken home commissions over $150 million in the last 9 years, and he did it by using this invite. So if you asked me if I think this invite works, I could tell you yes from his experience, but I've also known from my own experience of being able to make multiple 7 figures using this exact invite. Well, we want to make sure that we put the odds in your favor. And the way that we do that is by building a list. So the first thing I'll tell you is to make sure that you build your list long and strong. Put as many people down on your list as you possibly can. Now, you may not contact all those people right away, but what it'll do, it'll give you posture. So therefore, if someone tells you no, or someone tells you that they can't make it, you don't feel the pressure. As a matter of fact, rather than feeling pressure, you feel relieved that you can go to the next person. So make a big, huge list. Now, you want to categorize that list. And what I mean by categorizing that list, even though you put everybody down on the list, and I said it just a moment ago, you're not going to call them all. What you want to do, you want to set up your first exposures as what I call board of director exposures, which means you want to have high level, high quality people to hear this information. One thing I've learned is that busy people, they're busy for a reason. They're always looking at something, they're always doing something, they're always evaluating something. So when you talk to them, they're more open to opportunities than those people who are always told what to do and told what to think. So you definitely want to make sure that you're inviting some great quality people. So I'm going to help you with that. One of the things that we've done in this industry is to kind of like give you an idea of the type of people who have been successful in this industry. And the first thing I'm going to teach you is about the 5 pointers and the 4 checkers. These are going to be like your target market, your sweet spot, if you would. Now, if someone is a 5 pointer, that means they have all 5 of these qualities that I'm about to go over with you. If they're a 4 checker, that means they have all 4 of these checks. So what is the 5 pointer? That's someone who's married. The next point is someone who has a child or children. The third point is someone who owns a home or is actually leasing. The fourth point is someone between the ages of 25 and 55. The fifth point is someone who earns between $35,000 and $85,000 a year. The reason why we say these people are great quality people to talk to is because they have responsibilities and they've shown that they know how to climb the ladder. Now, when it comes down to the 4 checkers, we're looking for people who are self-starters. That means you don't have to always pick up the phone in order for them to move. The next is that they're coachable, teachable, and trainable. These people don't need a lot of coaching. They hear this audio and then they take action right away. The third check is someone who's financially able to get started, which means they probably have a credit card, which means they probably have been working for a long time and have built up some type of a credit card or something to be able to help them to get started. If nothing else, they made the right connections along the way that, you know what, they can borrow the money. And the last thing, this is very, very vital, the people who have influence. So if you know someone who you look up to, I would surely write their name down and make sure I put them down as a 4-checker or a 5-pointer. Again, if you're feeling a little nervous about calling these people, just remember, what if you were actually calling these people on behalf of Jeff Bezos and Amazon? Or maybe you were actually making these phone calls for Bill Gates. Let's say they had a brand new project that they were getting ready to release to the public and they wanted to see what your friends thought about it. What if they said to you that for every person that you actually got to show up or to get on a call, they paid you $10,000? How much confidence would you have then in regards to picking up that phone? I believe you would have a lot, wouldn't you? Now, this next part of this module, I like to call the success formula. Now, keep in mind, no one can guarantee your success, but I can guarantee you this. If you'll stick close to this, you'll have high levels of people saying, absolutely, I'll get on. So, what you want to do is make sure that you call these people 48 to 72 hours out. If you call them too soon, they might not be able to make the arrangements to be able to get on your call or to be able to get over to your home or to be able to secure babysitters. So 48 hours is really, really good. 72 hours is pushing it. 24 hours, they better be really good friends with you. Now, with that being said, you want to keep your conversation down to about 2 minutes. 2.5 minutes max. Why do you want to only keep it down to 2 minutes? Because when you're ready to get off the phone after you've said everything that you said, you don't want them to feel as though you have more time. So you want to keep it very, very short and to the point. Now, this is what we're going to do. We're going to make sure, first of all, that you're excited. So the best way to get excited is to stand up when you're making calls. Now, when I say excited, I don't mean you have to be hyped. It shouldn't come across as something's wrong with you. But at the same time, they should notice that something has changed with you. Now, here's the first step. The greeting. You want to say hello. You want to say how you're doing. You want to ask if the family's okay. The next part is you want to check to make sure that you're calling at a good time. If they're getting ready to sit down and eat dinner or something, you're disturbing them, chances are they're not going to be paying a lot of attention to what you're saying. So you want to make sure that right now is a good time for them to talk. Now, you want to let them know at the very beginning that you don't have a lot of time to talk, that you have some other things to get done or maybe some other calls that you need to get on. After that, you want to make sure that you get them to a place where they won't be distracted or disturbed. If they're there holding the baby, they're doing something with their spouse, chances are they're not giving you their full attention. So make sure that they go somewhere else in the room or at least where they won't be distracted for a few minutes. Now, the next thing that you want to make sure that you get done with these people is to clear their calendar. It doesn't make any sense for you to invite them to do something and they already have what I call rock solid plans. Maybe they're going to be on a plane, or maybe they're going to be on vacation, or maybe they're going to some type of sporting event. So you want to make sure you clear their calendar. Now, I'm going to go over this whole invite with you, so don't worry about that. I'm just giving you some bullet points if you would. Next, you want to tell them why you are calling. Some people call this the verbal brochure. Whatever you want to call it, you have to be very, very clear and precise to let them know that you are calling for a specific purpose and that it's important. That way, you will have their undivided attention. This next phase is very, very important. This phase is what I call the lock-in. The phrase that always pays is, can I count on you? If a person says absolutely, chances are they're going to show up. So make sure that you lock them in. Now, once you've done that, you then give them the information. If you give them the information too soon, then the bargaining has been lost. Your leverage has been lost. But if you do it the way that we recommend that you do it, at the end, once they say you can count on them, now you've actually gotten someone who's absolutely on the sheet and ink. Now, the last part, I really believe, are very, very important as well. That's actually having them to repeat it back to you. See, once they repeat it back to you, subconsciously, it's in their mind. When you tell them, it goes in one ear and out the other. But when they tell themselves this is where they're gonna be, at what time, it locks them in. So, the last thing that you wanna do before you actually get ready for this meeting, 30 minutes to an hour out, you wanna make sure that you send them a text and let them know that they've already given their agreement to actually do this for you. So, we're gonna start at the very, very beginning. We're gonna work our way down through a phone call so that you can actually hear how this would go. And then we're gonna go over the objections and then we'll be done. So here we go. Ring, 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 ring. Hello, can I speak to John? Hey, John, how you doing today? That's great, that's great. How's your family? That's good as well. Hey, did I catch you at a good time? Do you have a minute or two to talk? Awesome, awesome. I don't have a lot of time to talk, but I'm glad I got you on the phone. Want to ask you a quick question. Can you go somewhere where you won't be distracted? Excellent, excellent. Hey, John, what do you have going on this Friday after work? Yeah, well, great. Hey, listen, go grab a pen and some paper. I want you to actually get some information from me. Let me know when you're ready. Awesome, awesome. Well, listen, John, I'm launching a major project with some really good friends of mine. And I want you to see what I'm doing, but more importantly, why I'm doing it. And I really would appreciate your honest feedback and input. So can I, count on you for that? Absolutely. Well, here's the information. Here's the phone number. Here's the address. And you want to get here a few minutes early, or you want to get on it a few minutes early, because these people are totally professional. Even though we're friends, we keep it professional. And I don't want you to miss out on any of the information, okay? All right. Well, great. I look forward to seeing you then. Can you repeat that back out there to me? Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Okay. Well, we'll talk after. Sounds great. Well, after that, you want to get off the phone. Now I'm going to do an example, and this is with a businessman, someone maybe that you've met, someone that you don't have a close personal relationship with. It's pretty much the same. Ring, ring. Hello, can I speak to Michael? Hey, Michael, this is Coach. How you doing? How's the family? That's great, that's great. Hey, did I catch you at a good time? Do you have a real quick minute for me? Great. Well, I wish I had a lot of time to chit chat and catch up, but I want to ask you a real quick business question if I could. Okay, great. What do you have going on this coming up Thursday after work? Awesome, awesome. Go get a pen and some paper. I got some information I want to pass along to you. Okay, great. Hey, listen, I'm launching a major project with some key business developers here in the city of Houston, as well as Canada. And if nothing else, Michael, I want you to see what I'm doing, but more importantly, why I'm doing it and who I'm connected to. I really respect your opinion, you're a businessman and all. I just want to get your honest feedback and input if I could. So can I count on you for that? Excellent. Well, here's the information. And you want to get here a little bit early. These people are total professionals, so they start on time. And I don't want you to miss anything, okay? Excellent. Well, if you could, just repeat that back to me. I want to make sure we have it right. Awesome. All right, well, I'll see you then and there. Talk to you then. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Like I said, the real important thing is to make sure that you lock them in. Make sure that these people say, yes, you can count on me. What that does, subconsciously to themselves that locks them in. So this is really, really exciting information. I know you have some questions. What happens if they ask the question? Well, all their questions are basically the same. Tell me more. What is it? Is it this? Is it that? So really, the answer that you want to be able to give is basically the same. But let me tell you how you want to actually handle this. You want to make sure your first response is something that disarms them. So you want to say something like this: I would love to, but right now, most of the information is confidential. But I promise you this, when you get here or when you get on the call, all the information will be given out then. So can I still count on you? And if they say yes, you want to hurry up and get off the phone as quickly as possible. If they say, well, you know what, you have to tell me a little bit more than that, then you simply ask them, well, listen, Michael, knowing what you now know about Amazon, do you believe if you had actually gotten started with that company 10, 15 years ago, that would have been something that could really benefit you and your family? They would say, absolutely. Well, I can tell you this, we've done $2 billion in the first 8 years of being in operation. Does that sound like something you'd like to get more information about? And ladies and gentlemen, if they say no, you hang up the phone. If they say yes, then you say, great. That's the reason why I'm letting you know right now, you definitely want to be here on time. Ladies and gentlemen, what you have in your hands is a multi-billion-dollar opportunity. I don't care if you're just getting in, if you've never done it before, it really doesn't matter, because it's not really about you. It's about the opportunity that you have. Now, there are some words that you do want to stay away from, and I'm going to give you this at what I call the breaking point. I know you're about tired of listening to this. Well, these are words and things that you want to avoid like the plague. Words like business meeting or opportunity meeting. You want to stay away from the word opportunity altogether. You also don't want to mention things like this person is a diamond, or this person is a crown ambassador, or this person. All those things do is just tip them off that this is one of those, quote, things. You also want to avoid saying things like my upline. Ladies and gentlemen, avoid these things because they have been shown to be points that turn people off. Also, you don't want to do any texting as well as no emailing without first checking with your sponsor or the person that you're actually working with. When it comes down to social media, I always tell people this: it's better to be safe than sorry. And safe is, don't post anything about your new venture. If you post anything, just simply say that you're excited about life, that things are really looking up and turning up for you and your family, and that you're so excited about what the future is going to bring. So if you would do anything, you'll turn the people on that something great has just happened in your life. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. I believe that if you invite this way, if you have a list of 100, 150, 200 people, and you invite the way that I just told you, I believe that you'll have a ratio of something between 25 and 35% show up rate. No, there's no such thing as 100% show up rate, not even with this script. But I can tell you this, for the people who are sick and hungry, those people who are sick of being average and hungry enough to do something about it, when you actually tell them what I just told you, they're going to want to get on that call, or they're going to want to show up at your place. Don't let a 4-letter word like fear or lazy keep you from a 6 or even a 7-figure income.